Hello, beautiful family. God bless you. I want to talk to you today in your devotional number 25 about a woman. A woman in Luke chapter 21. A woman that was about to meet the Lord, but she did not want to come empty-handed. We will never know the sacrifices she made that day, because that day she brought everything she had, and everything she had was a little bit, just a few coins, but it was everything. I can imagine even her children saying, "Mom, where are you taking the milk money? Where are you taking the money for food? If you give all of that, we're not going to have anything today. Where are you going?" And she put it all away to meet Jesus with no words. Look at what happened in Luke 21 verse 1. And he looked up and saw the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury. So Jesus was standing right there next to the offering. And he saw also a certain poor widow casting in thither 2 mites. And he said, listen to this, "Of a truth I said unto you, that this poor widow has cast in more than they all. For all these have of their abundance cast in into the offerings of God. But she, of her penury, hath cast in all the living that she had." Several things. Number 1, Jesus compares offerings. Yes, he does. Right there. From now on, every time you go to a church service, I want to remind you that Jesus is standing right there, paying attention to what everybody's giving. I know we want to put it in an envelope and we want to seal it really good so nobody will say, and what we give in private, nobody will tell, but Jesus is, and he is comparing. But he's not comparing the way we do. You see, the disciples probably also noticed that all of these men were giving thousands, maybe tens of thousands, big checks, and maybe they were all astounded of their generosity. They would never imagine that after that little woman put 2 pennies, 2 coins in there, that Jesus would be so surprised. He stopped the offering time and he addressed the people and said, "This woman gave more than anybody else." Because God does not pay attention to how much we give. He pays attention to how much we keep. He did not only see the woman in that moment. God saw her from the time she came from her house. He knew exactly how much he kept for herself, which was nothing. So even though that to the eyes of humans, she had not given very much, to his eyes, she gave more. You see, God studies percentage. She gave 100%. And others, even though they were giving thousands, Jesus said, "I know how much they kept. I know their cars. I know their bank accounts. I know what they have at their house. I know that what they gave is nothing compared to what they have. In fact, after giving their offering, they will forget how much they gave, because it's really like pulling one hair from a cat, that he will never miss it." But that woman, oh, she will never forget what she just did. She will not forget it because she gave it everything. When does an offering matter? And I'm going to close with this. The offering matters when it matters to you. When you know after you gave that you really sacrificed. The amount, maybe it's $20. And maybe you say, "I'm not like them that sow $1,000 seeds. I'm not like them that sow $5,000 seeds." And God says, "Oh, baby, you give so much more, because I know how much you keep, and I know how much everybody else keeps." I just want to share this with you, family. God sees offerings very different, but I also want to guarantee you that that widow became a millionaire, because there's no way she could leave everything for the sake of Jesus and the gospel and not receive abundance. So beware that you will never, ever be disappointed by the Lord in your giving. He will give you more than you can imagine, not only because of the amount, but because He knows the sacrifice behind it. Thank you for listening, family. And if you would like to sow a seed to Wisdom for Winning Church, you can by going through PayPal or Zelle. The email is pastoranna@wisdomforwinningchurch.tv. You can also sow through Cash App, Wisdom 4 Winning. And when we see your seeds, I want you to know that the amount is not what we see. We see the fact that you are sacrificing for the Lord. And even though I don't know what you're doing and I don't know your sacrifices, God knows. And He will reward you. And I come in agreement with you exactly for that. Love you dearly, and thank you for listening.